The State House standoff continues today, marking day 11 as the state continues to operate under last year's budget.
And tonight we're learning more about what the lack of a budget means for cities and towns and even school systems. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen joins us now live in studio with more. Steve?
Well, as the days have added up since the budget fell through, we're now starting to get a clearer picture of how the lack of a budget will impact your city or town. And the Providence mayor warns if nothing's done, it could mean, quote, massive layoffs.
Providence will take a big hit if the Senate and House can't agree on a budget. As we reported Monday, the Department of Education warns $45 million in school funding is in question. Now, in a statement, Mayor Jorge Elorza says Providence stands to lose over $10 million in our schools alone, and this deficit can only be closed by massive layoffs. But it's not just school funding. We've obtained an analysis on what it'll mean for other state aid to cities and towns by the Department of Revenue. Every year, the state pays municipalities to help cover the cost of land used by nonprofits because they don't pay property taxes. Well, in the last year, Providence property values increased, but since they have to use last year's funding formula, it means the capital city would miss out on close to $2.5 million if the budget isn't signed. Municipalities across the state would be shorted more than $3 million.
Should we consider that?
The governor says House Speaker Nick Mattiello and Senate President Dominic Ruggerio are dug in.
At this point, they haven't even gotten in a room together to try to sort it out, which of course is the first step to anything. I'm hopeful eventually cooler heads will prevail.
The Rhode Island League of Cities and Towns says mayors are still trying to figure out what all of this will mean.
It's time to put Rhode Island above politics, get back to work, come back to this building, and pass a budget.
Now, WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi dug into estimates on what the monthly cost to the state would be by not passing this budget, and I'll have that breakdown for you on Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
Now at 6, we continue our coverage of the State House standoff, now in its 11th day. This afternoon, demonstrators gathered at House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello's law office in Cranston, calling on him to go back to the State House and resume work on the budget. With Mattiello and Senate President Dominic Ruggerio still refusing to budge, we're uncovering new information on what the impact of this standoff could mean to cities and towns. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen is live in studio with those details. Steve.
Caroline, mayors are just starting to get firm numbers on what it will mean if no budget is passed. Providence's Mayor Jorge Elorza says if increased education funding isn't approved, he'll have to cover $10 million, and he said the only way to do that is through, quote, massive layoffs. Warwick's mayor says that's not likely to happen in his city.
We probably won't have an issue in the school department for about 6 months before we have to really start to think about that. And so within the 6 months, we're sure that even if they don't go back right away, that within the 6-month period of time that there'll be some settlement to the state budget. So it's not necessarily a big immediate financial impact to us. We just have to monitor it and make sure that we're doing appropriate things as we go along.
And we also talked with Cranston's Mayor Alan Fung today on Eyewitness News this morning. He said they believe they will be able to withstand some of the initial hits from this. WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi's also found out not passing a budget could cost the state money. That's because the fiscal year 2018 budget was set to include new tax and fee increases. And without authorization to put those in place, the state could eventually lose out on up to $2.5 million a month. For a full breakdown of what it'll mean, head to our website for an in-depth report, WPRI.com. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Steve. Count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the State House standoff as long as it goes on. We'll have everything you need to know up on our website, WPRI.com.